I thought I'd show my old Trident a bit of love. Got a small gap in between jobs that I'm going to be doing for other people, and I had some time to get this one on the bike lift today, so I've even jumped off my stalled Tiger Cub Sports project on the other bike lift and diverted my attention to this. And the other day when I was out on it and the clutch cable broke, I got one bungled moving off attempt after wheeling it across a junction. I thought I was in neutral, the proper one, but I turned out I was in a neutral between third and second, and even though I sort of paddled the machine off with my feet and got it moving a bit, when I stuck it into gear, obviously I stuck it into second, expecting it would have been going into first, and it shook and juddered and jolted to a halt. That probably did, I wouldn't say that it's done any damage, but it probably wouldn't do anything any favours. And the primary chain on this is the same one that's been on it since when I bought it in December 1982, and you can hear of the odd failure, so and it's been in the back of my mind for a while, so I thought that I'd crack on and do that. The other thing though, after the clutch cable breakage, I fitted another cable and went out for a ride on it, which I recorded on video, and everything seemed to go well enough. The bike went superbly. We had a really quick ride of my 15-mile test route, but at lower speeds I felt like a bit of a thrum that comes through the footrests, which has always come through the footrest, was a little bit more sort of noticeable. And one other thing I'd done was tightened the rear chain, and again the rear chain needs replacement. Is well overdue. I've got a new primary chain and final drive chain there. I'm going to fit both of them, but this one, I know, criminal, isn't it? I'm so busy looking after other people's bikes, you see, my own don't always get the attention they should. I'll put my hands up, but I think this chain, after adjustment, probably will have at least contributed to some of what I felt through the footrests. At least I hope so. So with a new primary chain fitted and a new rear chain, I'm hoping that it'll feel smoother. That said, once you sort of accelerated above that certain sort of speed, things smoothed out anyway. So normally I would take it if any sort of vibrations that were noticed got worse as you increase the speed or the revs, that's a definite bad sign. But if they smooth out and vanish, or pretty much vanish, with more revs and speed applied, usually it means that you've not really got a lot to worry about. And I tried levering against the main bearing there, and all that's good. So I'm going to have a good clean out here. Another good thing to remember with these, some British bikes have this and some British bikes don't, but the Trident is one that does, where there's no seal on the drive side main bearing, and the engine oil and the primary drive oil are shared and communicate with each other. So you don't want a primary chain that's wearing away and creating swarf, because that'll get picked up by the engine oil and possibly go through your main bearing and wipe that out. So that's another good reason for keeping on top of your oil changes and primary chain adjustments and so on. But anyway, on top of all that, I've also got, believe it or not, in the boxes here, one of them, got a new ignition switch. I've got an engine oil filter, and I'm going to try and get the primary chain and the final drive chain done this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll be having a BSA A65 Lightning Clubman on here. It's been here before to visit. The owner would like me to check a few things on it and make any necessary adjustments. So I've got a few hours window with the Trident on this bike lift to get the primary chain done and the final drive chain done. Then it'll probably come off the bike lift, and then after the BSA's been to visit, perhaps I'll get it back on there and do the engine oil change and filter. But that's no biggie. I don't need it on the bike lift to do that. But if I can get this job done, or these two jobs done this afternoon, I'll be more than happy, and hopefully the Trident will be too.